Hey, fine arts teachers, this is my iPad cart, which I've gotten to play around with for just over a week. And I figured out some logistical things that maybe you'd want to duplicate in your class just to help you manage this resource. So here's the cart. I do have a sign out sheet. Students are supposed to sign an iPad out or an Apple Pencil with their name, their section, the date they're signing out, the iPad number, and using a label maker, created labels for each iPad and each Apple Pencil. And so this student, Hadley, who was in 8th grade, on February 14, signed out iPad number 26 and Apple Pencil number 14. And this works pretty well. So I see her sign it out and remove the iPad, and then when she returns it, I watch her return it, and then she crosses her name out to sign it back in. And that seems to be pretty effective. The cart, you can see I have the iPads. Each iPad has a slot, and the cart comes with numbers like this, but I found, before I figured a different solution out, I found the kids had a hard time lining up the slot with the number. Like, they kept messing that up. And so I did a couple of different things. They also messed up the charging cables. I took a Sharpie marker and labeled each slot. The first slot is the teacher iPad, and then 02, 03, etc. on the plastic. That can come off with rubbing alcohol. It's not a big deal. It's not totally permanent, and so I used a Sharpie marker for that. And then on the ends of the charging cables, I actually wrote the number 2 to kind of avoid some confusion, and that completely took care of the problem. Kids weren't using the wrong charging cable for the wrong iPad slot, and that completely fixed the issue. When I labeled the slot, applied a label to the iPad, and then also wrote the number with an extra fine tip Sharpie marker on the end of the charging cable, that took care of the problem. So maybe something you'd want to consider doing. Hope this was helpful.